Jingle bells, my cat really fucking smells. He laid another egg. This time rather inconveniently on a signed photograph of myself posing with Saoirse fucking Ronan. Merry Shitemas. Well, it's that special time of the year again. Ho ho whores! Merry Christmas! Bah hum fucking bug! You know, I remember a time when Christmas used to be a wonderful happy occasion, but ever since the long spider-like fingers of mental illness penetrated the orifices of my mind and fucked my psyche to death, Christmas, like all other 364 days of the year, has become somewhat of a strenuous task for me, like trekking through Death Valley whilst dragging a big truck using nothing but my scrotum. How Christmas usually works is that me and my parents just stay in all day and celebrate it together, but recently we've decided to celebrate it at my sister and her husband's house instead, after a rather unfortunate incident a few years back whenever I decided to cook the turkey myself voluntarily against my mother's best wishes. And instead of cooking it traditionally in the oven, I decided to put it in the microwave instead, falsely believing that it was going to cook much quicker. Having crammed a 12-pound turkey into the microwave and then trying to set it, well, for those of you who have seen the Mr. Bean movie, I think you know what happens next.
Bloody hell. Right, let's see, 20 minutes.
Yes, that was bye-bye to the conservatory, and then we had to get it all rebuilt. Fortunately, I wasn't too badly hurt. I singed my eyebrows, singed my moustache, and my beloved goatee. Oh well, it all grew back, didn't it? Eventually. Even so, that was nothing compared to the other Christmas, whenever I tried to decorate the Christmas tree all by my lonesome. Everything was going rather well. I put the tinsels on, the baubles, all the decorations, and then I started to feel a bit obsessive, and then I started to nitpick, started to change the places of certain decorations, then I started to nitpick a little bit more, and then I completely stripped the fucking tree bare of its decorations and started again from scratch. It was completely redecorated once again, and then repeat, 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 repeat. I then locked myself in the room and started to constantly strip and redecorate the tree again until I thought it was good enough. 10 fucking hours! 10 hours of constantly stripping and redecorating the Christmas tree. It got so bad that my mother had to call the police and break the door down with a sledgehammer and physically restrain me from the Christmas tree, just to stop me from being so obsessive. They even put fucking police line around the tree to keep me separated from it. They nearly arrested all of us for wasting police time. Incidentally, there were a number of violent muggings and crimes that were committed in town that night, and nobody was arrested. I don't think there was any... Oh. Well, half of the Bangor police station, to be fair, were all at my house. That's how many officers it took. I don't suppose it is a coincidence after all. And then there was that Christmas at my sister's house when I was stuffing the turkey. And whilst doing so, my grandfather's watch slipped off my wrist and got jammed right inside. Whilst trying to get it out, I had to go right in to try and fetch it out. I managed to get the fucking thing stuck on my head. My brother-in-law and everybody else tried yanking it and pulling it off, but because it was still slightly frozen, it just wouldn't come off. So they decided to cook the turkey with my head still inside it. I spent that Christmas afternoon sitting on my arse with my head stuck up a dead turkey snatch, having my sister and brother-in-law cook it using blow torches and Bunsen burners, marinating me practically until the turkey was finally loose enough to come off. There was more of my fucking dandruff and facial hair in the turkey than the stuffing. And now we come to this year, where my cat has shat on my most favoured and prized possession, a photograph of me meeting Saoirse Ronan with her autograph on it. Oh, Saoirse, my blonde, blue-eyed Irish princess, please forgive me for being so negligent in allowing that furry little quadruped bastard to defecate on your beautiful face. God, I hate Christmas! Well, I'm sitting down and I'm going to try and enjoy some festive television. I've just done my annual tradition of praying to Santa Claus as to what I want for Christmas this year. Yes, I know I'm a fully grown man who hates Christmas, but I have no romance in my life. I have no girlfriend, I have no partner, and when you don't have a woman in your life, Santa Claus is the next best thing. I made sure to be a lot more careful this year in regards to my Christmas wishes to Santa after what happened last time. Last year I prayed to Father Christmas if I could have Keira Knightley tied up and gagged at the mouth under my tree wearing nothing but sexy Christmas lingerie with the words "All I want for Christmas is you" written across her gorgeous body. Unfortunately, I was kneeling right beside my open bedroom window as I was praying for said Christmas wish, and one of the neighbours overheard me and reported me to the police, and as a result I was put on the sex offenders register. Put on the sex offenders register at Christmas just because I prayed to have Keira Knightley for Christmas. I should have had him arrested for eavesdropping on my Christmas wish, the bastard. Suffice to say, I did not get a bondaged Keira Knightley for Christmas as I hoped, although I did get Bend It Like Beckham on DVD, which she's in. It's nearly time for EastEnders, and yes, it's the perfect programme for somebody like me to watch. It's dark, it's miserable, and it's depressing, right up my alley, like watching an episode of my own fucking life. I wonder what dramatic storylines EastEnders has in store for us this year. Amazingly, the show manages to be even more bleak and depressing at Christmas than it normally is. So, let's see what's going down in the East End.
Alright, Phil Mitchell, you fucking scrubber. Get your dick out for the lads. You what? Eh? Hello, Ma.
Well, that cheers me up to no end. Nothing like a bit of EastEnders to reinforce the pessimism. I've left a shot of whiskey for Santa, but naturally I'm going to have the rest of it to myself. I fucking hate Christmas just as I hate every other day of the year. So merry sodding Christmas to the lot of you. Bah humbug. Season's greetings! A miracle has happened. In my slumber, I was visited by 3 ghosts who taught me the error of my obsessive-compulsive ways, and I am cured of my OCD. Thank God! Hallelujah! Praise the Lord! A Christmas miracle has occurred. I am relieved of my OCD. I've just managed to get dressed and showered in less than 10 minutes, something that would have taken me 5 hours to do normally. I've just rung my sister as I'm going to pick up the turkey personally from the butcher, as I'm going to go to her house and celebrate Christmas with my family. I have Christmas spirit in my soul, joy in my heart, twinkle in my eye, and shite in my bottom. Well, that's not important, but anyway, the important thing is I'm finally cured of my OCD. Merry Christmas, everyone.
When the snowman brings you snow, well, I just might like to know, just put a great big smile on somebody's face. If you jump into your bed, quickly cover up your head. Don't you lock the doors, you know the sweet Santa Claus is on the way. Oh well.
I'm just going to double check if I definitely locked the door. Just bear with me.
Bah humbug!
You're a madman, Mr. Dave. You really are a nut. You have all the talent of PewDiePie, but only half the style, Mr. Dave. The 3 words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote: Fuck. Fucking bollocks.